So now when I look at this problem, it says the function g is a result of three transformations of the parent sine function. A vertical stretch by a factor of 3. Okay, so that's one thing we got to talk about is a vertical stretch, which is like the amplitude. So I'm going to jot some notes down as we go through this. So this is like, remember, as we're talking about this, this is like the amplitude. So a vertical stretch is a positive 3. So we would say A equals 3. Then there's a horizontal shift of pi over 2. So there's a horizontal shift of pi over 2. Now remember that the horizontal shift is c. So that means that c is equal to pi over 2. But it says to the left. So that means we're going to go to the left this way. So remember, it's like the opposite, okay? In order for so c is negative, right? C is negative, but when I plug it into this formula, the final thing will be positive. We'll talk about that when we plug it in. So to the left usually means that we're going negative that direction, but the formula is going to be a negative times a negative, which gives us a positive. Lastly, it says that it has a vertical shift of down 4 units. So that means that D is equal to negative 4. And then it says substitute A, C, B, and D and come up with an equation. So basically, if I use the equation up above, I would say that y is equal to A times sine of B times x minus C plus D. And I just got to plug some of this stuff in. So I'm going to say y is equal to positive 3 sine of. Now B, this is an interesting thing. B is 1, right? So don't think B is 0. B is 1. So 1 times all this stuff, because it can't be 0. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a sine function. So that's one thing that's kind of difficult about this. B would equal 1. So then really what I'm going to have is x minus whatever c is. And c is negative pi over 2. And then d is just negative 4. So then in the last step, I've got 3 sine of x. When you minus a minus, it becomes a plus. Pi over 2 minus 4. And that's the final answer. So it's pretty easy. But even if you couldn't remember that, like you could just plug it in the calculator and change some of the numbers and see if it actually shifts it this way or shifts it that way.